A slow, rhythmic beat serving drinks in a futuristic city. A somber and intense collection of notes conveyed over an emotional scene, or a dynamically energetic tune accompanying an intense battle. Music enhances our experiences within our favorite mediums, from radio to cinema, and of course, video games. The Pokémon titles have been consistently cited for their superb music selection, with notable fan favorites including the Explorers series, Generation 5, and, well, you name it. The community that has formed around the Pokémon franchise is as diverse as it is creative. Among this community are musicians reinterpreting tracks through covers, remasters, remixes, and so much more. It's a small selection of these musicians that I want to showcase to you in this video. To be exact, 15. 10 featured creators, and 5 honorable mentions. This video topic is one I've explored in the past, 4 years ago, during a challenging video marathon to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. That video had a set of guidelines which this follow-up project mirrors, albeit updated to be less restrictive. Each channel featured in this video, as of writing this script, has less than 10,000 subscribers, has uploaded Pokémon remixes either currently or in the past, and lastly, they have all uploaded at least one video in the last 3 years. Each channel featured has been selected both on the criteria stated before and my own personal opinion. While styled like a ranked list, this video is intended to be unranked, with all artists considered equal and worth considering. For the artists who are watching this video, featured or as honorable mentions, keep it up. Perhaps this video will give you a reason to smile today, or even leave you more proud of the art you've created. Remember that your art is appreciated in so many different ways. Now, let's get started. StevenMix is one of the larger channels being featured, with around 4,700 subscribers. Their works consist of remixes that often honor the originals by being fairly recognizable while mixing in various other creative changes. They have been producing music on YouTube since around 2016, with their first public video still available as a Game Boy Advance style remix of the Sun and Moon Wild Battle theme. Alongside those tracks are uploads of official soundtracks of several titles, sprinkled throughout, but over time they have transitioned to uploading primarily their reinterpretations of themes, both from the Pokémon franchise and other series. I chose to showcase their remix of the Sinnoh Battle Frontier Brains, an energetic and dynamic track from the Pokémon Platinum games, heralding the toughest battles the Battle Frontier has to offer. Through the use of synths, horns, electric guitar, and drums, Steven was able to pay exquisite homage to the original, a track that so often goes unheard. Alter Loy is a musician who first came to my attention with their remix of the Late Night Field theme from Legends Arceus. Alter was able to transform what was a mysterious tune representing the night into a thrilling synthwave track. The track I selected for this showcase is reminiscent of his version of the Field theme, a synthwave interpretation of Mesagoza from Scarlet and Violet. At only 690 subscribers, Alter has produced musical works in a variety of genres, from lo-fi to EDM, and one of my favorites, synthwave. He has been publishing his work on YouTube since around 2021, having previously shied away from producing music beyond the level of a hobbyist, instead focusing elsewhere with his life. Since then, his passion for music production has been the source of genuine fulfillment, especially in regards to the production process itself. His remixes are produced in Albatron, and at times he records portions with live instruments, aiming to capture a sound that plugins can't quite replicate. To him, music is an art form that can bring forward emotions and healing, with the challenge of taking a track that often has a specific purpose within the game and guiding it through its own journey that transforms it into a standalone piece. Mesagoza was already a theme that heralded the grandiosity of a city, with the excitement of a new adventure ready to unfold. Alter's interpretation de-emphasizes the bells and horns of the original in favor of focusing on the drums and synths, which remain a consistent duo throughout the track's progression. To me, it gives the impression of a Mesagoza from a future Paldea hasn't yet reached. CatchDalgo, or simply Dalgo, is a producer I met before he began remixing. He started publishing his tracks on YouTube in 2020, inspired by the Mystery Dungeon series and the likes of KMEX and GlitchX City, and tutored under the latter. Over the last 4 years, Dalgo's channel has grown to approximately 1,300 subscribers, with an emphasis on electronica, EDM, and a preference for energetic battle themes. As of late, he's been sharing his contributions to the Pokémon Espionage fan game, and the tangibility of that project is one of Dalgo's favorite aspects of remixing, the incorporation of productions into something bigger than the individual track. Even without a background in music, he has taken FL Studio and honed his ability with the program over the last 4 years, remix after remix. I chose to showcase his reinterpretation of Looker's Encounter theme into that of a battle tune, both for its ability to show his understanding of FL Studio, his preference for battle themes, and also because it's a running joke between him and I for him to remix Looker's theme. Mission accomplished. Alliium, formerly HANABI, is a producer whose work I first saw when searching for a remix of Quicksand Cave from the Explorers series. They have been posting their musical creations intermittently since 2014, featuring remixes, rearrangements, and remasters. With 723 subscribers, Alliium has a collection of tracks published over the last 10 years showing their improvement over time. In order to showcase their musical growth, I opted to feature a newer production of theirs, a remaster of the end credits from Pokémon Black and White. Alliium's interpretation of the end credits conveys a sense of depth, while the selection of instruments feel true to the original and give the impression that the original composition has been released from the limitations of the 3DS. Caleb, or CalebPMusic in full, started sharing their works in 2020 as a pastime during the pandemic. Inspired by Highquall, previously Shetty, and motivated to contribute to the Megamix project. It was those submissions to the Megamixes where I first heard his work. Today he has around 638 subscribers and produces his compositions in FL Studio with sheet music for reference, as he voluntarily opts out of using MIDI files. While he favors producing remixes that feel upbeat, there are a handful of downbeat tracks and lo-fi for the listener seeking them, such as Runaway Fugitive. Regardless of the overall feel of each track, Caleb seeks to add his own flair to each one, with modified arrangements, melodies, and more. It's these changes, the essence of remixing, that he cites as his favorite aspect in general. An excellent showcase of this is his remix of Nimbasa City, which is upbeat and vibrant. Caleb summarizes it best as a certified bop. DrazorLeaf posted compositions on their channel as far back as 2018, with the pandemic being a source of ample free time to further pursue music. Now at around 2,800 subscribers, Drazor currently uses Cubase as a professional composer, though he prefers Studio One. He works most often on orchestral remixes, citing his background as a classically trained musician as one source for that preference. Of those orchestrations, he most often focuses on the Pokémon Mystery Dungeon series, but at times there have been other series, both Pokémon and not, sprinkled throughout his published videos. Drazor finds the process of arranging a track to fit an orchestral composition to be a creative challenge and his favorite. Out of the numerous examples, I chose to showcase his orchestration of Drillbur's Coal Mine, a whimsical piece from Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon. Drazor opts to swap out some instruments, such as an accordion and what sounds like a Baroque wooden flute, in favor of the brass and strings of the orchestra. But some elements of the original are kept consistent and incorporated well into the orchestral sound, like the use of instruments that sound like a marimba and castanets. Both of these original elements are updated, but still result in a track that honors its roots and leads up to an auditory adventure, fitting of orchestral near the composition's conclusion. Dmoll is an artist with around 691 subscribers who primarily does orchestrations and remasters of musical works from Pokémon. It was the imagining of older titles with modern instruments that inspired her to pursue remastering in particular. She would start this journey in this realm around 2020 with MuseScore, later moving to Reaper and then to Luna. To her, simply opening up her digital audio workstation and creating whatever comes to mind, along with meeting other musicians, is her favorite aspect of remixing. Her and Flying Soda's rendition of the lake theme from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum showcase the beauty of even the most faithful remasters, especially when they include their own subtle additions like panning melodies. Garpa Nova is a musician with 348 subscribers, and while they haven't uploaded in around 2 years, this alone shouldn't dissuade you from visiting their channel. They started publishing productions to their channel in 2021, initially with an album featuring 2 tracks from each of the 4 Pokémon Mystery Dungeon titles. The arrangements found include both lo-fi and covers, among others. Garpa, along with Alliium and StevenMix, were among the handful of artists I was unable to interview, so I can't share any more of their story, unfortunately. Nonetheless, their arrangement of Gates to Infinity's Theme of Hope struck out to me for its ability to enhance the already emotional feeling of the original in a way that I can't quite describe. A professional cellist under the pseudonym PokéCello shares a wide variety of aptly named covers from compositions found throughout the Pokémon franchise. Her musical uploads began in late 2022, and she has since gained a following of about 1,600 subscribers. Her tracks can range from the relaxed to the dramatic, all expertly incorporating live cello without settling on any specific genre. Her remixing journey started because she found that composing wasn't her cup of tea and favored the creativity of finding ways to reimagine the music she wanted to play. The tracks that populate video games that can be simultaneously familiar and refreshing with each new remix. Her cover of Arven's Mobastiff's theme provides a different variation on an emotionally sorrowful track, She swaps out the original electric guitar as the main instrument in favor of her cello, and later introduces a rhythmic cymbal to keep the beat throughout the cover. To me, this work of hers highlights what she meant by "there's always a new way" when referring to remixing. The last artist I can showcase for this video is Accentaigoo, or Agoo, who as of writing this script is the second smallest channel on this list with around 238 subscribers. They have been producing music for years, only focusing more on remixing around 2020 during the pandemic, where they followed through on the idea of remixing a series of Johto tracks into the lo-fi style after listening to a similar mix while baking. Through the skilled use of Logic Pro, Synth 5, and composition, their productions feature original works, remixes, and at times, custom lyrics sung by Agoo, a friend, or even Vocaloids, all in a wide variety of genres influenced by several sources. When asked what their favorite aspect of remixing was, they cited that learning the production process itself and watching their friends become producers was their favorite. When it came to picking a composition to showcase, I selected their jazz rendition of Pastora City, featuring both a performance and musical accompaniment that transforms the original into a remarkable piece of art that left me amazed. And that's it. 15 artists to consider, whether it's listening to their works, handing out some likes, or even subscribing to follow up on their future productions, whatever you see fit. You can find all the artists showcased in this video linked below in the description. Personally, this project is one I've wanted to tackle for years, ever since I completed the original. Even now, I can only wonder if I was able to write summaries of these artists well enough to justly showcase their works. To the artists who watched the whole video, thank you! If you stuck around to the end, I just want to remind you once more, keep at it. Your work is appreciated in so many different ways. To everyone this time, thanks for watching. That alone is appreciation enough, but if you want to give YouTube an extra nudge that this video is worth watching, feel free to like, comment, or even share with your friends. Likewise, feel free to subscribe. None of those suggestions are required, but they are appreciated nonetheless. I'll catch you in the next one.